Hey guys, for today's art talk, we're going to talk about art block. The evil, scary villain blocking your creativity, or is it? I've had my share of art block over the years and I just got out of a big one, so I have a thing or two to share. This painting took almost 4 hours and I haven't made anything that takes that long in a long time, so I feel like I finally broke through. But I don't think of artistic block as a negative thing. To me, it's actually your brain telling you, hey, I need a break. I take it as a cue to work on something else and usually spend art blocks learning other things. It can be a new language, practicing a musical instrument, writing, reading, or even just learning a new medium or taking an online art course. Whatever you like to do. I go wherever my interests take me, and before I know it, I want to pick up my brush again and make something. By doing something else, you're giving your brain space to come up with new ideas, instead of sitting there staring at a blank page and wondering where all your creativity and passion went and what you did wrong. And are you even an artist anymore or just a fraud? That's just depressing, and I've been there and it doesn't help anyone. I think your brain just needs time to digest and level up your art skill. Breaks are not a bad thing, so don't feel lazy and don't push yourself too much. It's so easy to get burned out, and for me this has been the biggest contributor to art block. If you're not burned out, or in fact haven't made art in a very long time, like a month or even a year, then maybe that's not your problem. Maybe you're just sitting and waiting for inspiration to strike, and in the process aren't making any art whatsoever. Well, don't do that. My advice is not to wait around. You have to actively pursue it by putting new ideas into your brain to play with. If you're out of ideas, I recommend you look at lots of other people's art, or even watch speed paintings like this one. I encourage you to follow lots of different artists on Instagram or start a Pinterest with inspirational work. I'm not telling you to copy other artists to get out of art block, but by seeing other people's creativity, you plant a lot of ideas and new ways of thinking into your mind. Over time, it will digest what you see, and then you'll get a cool idea inspired by many other artists with your own style and creativity thrown in. So next time you sit down to paint, you'll have more than one idea. Being inspired by other artists is completely normal, if not necessary. I'm sure everyone out there is inspired by lots of different artists that came before them. The trick is not to just be inspired by one, because then you're really just copying. So don't avoid it, instead embrace it. Take your inspiration where you can get it. You might also be suffering from too many ideas. You might think, oh wow, poor guy suffering from too many ideas. Well, it can happen, and the easy solution is to get out a piece of paper and write out all your ideas and pick your favorite ones by rating them from 1 to 10. You can even do thumbnail sketches of them to visualize them better. If you can't pick a favorite, just pick one and roll with it. If you don't have any ideas whatsoever and you've already looked for inspiration and such, then try mind mapping by starting with just one word or concept like flowers or superhero or whatever your interest is, and then grow it from there with any word that comes to mind. You can draw thumbnail sketches of your ideas until you find your favorite, and then just do it. Just do it, sit down and paint and see what happens. This is an easy way to get creative and have fun, and also to avoid staring at an empty page. Planning your compositions beforehand really helps in avoiding art block if you're not there yet. So let's say you took my advice and you sit down to paint and you force it. You force it because you think, oh, I haven't painted in so long and whatever, and it's just not going the way you want it to. Don't be surprised. This is completely normal, art block or not, but with art block, it's actually really common. It's okay, you're getting valuable practice time in and are learning from your mistakes. Not every piece you make is going to be a masterpiece. You're also just creating for the joy of it. Just enjoy the process, enjoy the present moment, and forget the results. Just be proud of yourself for making something, anything. Enjoy it. But if you feel no spark of joy when you're creating, then you really just need a break. I don't believe in fighting art block, in fighting anything really. Have you noticed that with anything in life, the more you fight it, the bigger it gets? Instead, accept it and move on. Think about what you want to happen. You want ideas, you want passion, you want to create again. Visualize yourself sitting and making tons and tons of gorgeous art and enjoying every moment. Include every detail of your desk, from your fingers touching the paper and the feelings. Make it as real as possible. Then let it go. It will happen soon. Just give yourself space and do something else. Always do what you love to do and what makes you happy. And if you don't feel that way with making art at this moment, that doesn't mean you're not an artist anymore. Your passion will come back. Trust me. This has happened to me so many times. Your art is just in a winter phase. That's okay. It's a cycle. You're gonna have spring again soon. And with it, a renewed sense of purpose, an overflowing abundance of ideas, and gratitude will warm your heart. I also noticed that if I take a break from art because of art block and then come back to it soon, like in a week or two, I'm better than I was before. It's not just with art, it's with any skill. So I really think your subconscious is doing some kind of legwork in the background. So don't feel lazy, just accept it. And remember that if you really love art, you will come back to it, and soon. So in conclusion, be gentle with yourself. Listen to your mind and heart, and have faith in the creative process. There is nothing to fight against, and the only person judging you is yourself. Give yourself a break. This too shall pass. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Are you going through an art block? Do you have your own techniques or advice? Leave a comment below to share with the other viewers. If you want a specific art talk in the future, just let me know. Stay awesome, guys, and I'll see you next time.